back to my channel. My name is Jùmòké. If you are new here, I'm a femininity coach and a woman's mentor. If you love videos like this, make sure you do like, subscribe, and hit that bell so that you can continue to get more great content. Okay, so ladies, this is part 2 of the video I just did that is called Why I Don't Date as a Feminine Woman. If you haven't watched that, make sure you do watch that video first. I talk about my background, my views on marriage and singleness. So make sure you watch that video before you come and you watch this video, okay? And if you are a woman and you are looking to have the tools to master your singleness, definitely do join Single on Purpose International. That's my ministry. Click the link in the description box, okay? So let's get into the next reason why I don't date. Okay, so the next reason why I don't date as a feminine woman is because I can't cultivate every man's vision. So let me give an analogy in how you can understand marriage. The man is the head, which means he houses the brain, the eyes, things of that nature, but the woman is the body. Okay, this is all biblical as well. The woman is the entire body. So a man can have a vision, but it takes the body. The body has to be connected to the head in order to walk the entire being to where it needs to go. So the head can see where it needs to go. It can know where it needs to go, can have the vision, have the understanding. But if the body and the head are not communicating properly, they're not going anywhere, okay? So for me, understanding that, and also as a feminine women cultivate, okay? So men create, women cultivate. And I said this before, but it's like if a man buys a house, a woman makes it a home. If a woman has an egg, it's a man that will create life by inseminating it, but a woman will cultivate the baby, will nurture the baby, and and then she births it out. And that's, I'm thinking of all this metaphorically, but just flow with me. So understanding that, if I'm going to submit to a man for the rest of my life, what vision am I submitting to? Okay? Yes, a man could be good, but that doesn't mean that he's good for you. So with understanding that, it's like, I always use the analogy of a pen. I don't have other stuff with me, but if I'm a pen and a man is a highlighter, what he's writing is amazing. Like he's writing something, I'm writing something, but we're not complementing each other. Like we're not writing together, okay? And for me, if I'm going to be a man's helpmate, I need to be able to help him in that vision and cultivate that vision. So, for example, if a man, and he may be great, but he's like, I have a vision that I just want to go to the Amazon and I just want to build houses for all the little kids in Amazon and the Amazon. I want to build schools in the Amazon. That is an amazing vision. Would you not agree? That's an amazing vision. But I personally, knowing myself, my purpose, my identity, what the Lord is calling me to do in this lifetime, I cannot get behind and cultivate that vision. I'm not called to do the same thing. If there's a man that says, I would love to have a foster home and, or adopt 20 kids with mental illness, right? Again, that is a wonderful vision. We need more people like that. But it's not my personal calling. It's not that's not my personal calling, but it's not complementing with the purpose that God has already told me that I have to do in this lifetime, right? So the Bible says, can two walk together unless they agree? Amos 3:3. So if we cannot walk together and agree, it's not going to go anywhere. And again, you don't have to date someone to know these things as far as romantically or sexually. This can just be through simple vetting and being platonic, just being someone's friend. I also think, I didn't mention this before, but I think it's really important to see men as image bearers. And if they're Christians, as brothers in Christ first, before we see them as, what can they do for me? How can they make me feel good? What do they have to offer me? I think it's really important that we see men as people and not just as a means to an end or a sum of their parts, okay? I know we talk about men objectifying women, but sometimes I feel like we do the same thing when we are just so quick to be like, okay, what can you do for me? Like there's just some visions I just can't cultivate. Let's just say that. And yeah, it's for another woman, but it may not be for me, okay? So let me move on. The next one, okay? I'm not a placeholder. this might offend some people, but this is just me. This is just me. Take with it what you will. I refuse to be a factory that sits here and upgrades men and then sends them out, and another person is enjoying the fruit of my labor. I'm not doing that. I hear so many stories of women being with men for 3-5 years. They break up with them, and then within a year, they've already married their wife. So I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that for women either. Honestly, I really don't like that for women, that after so many years, it's like, oh well. And again, so this is one of the reasons, again, I don't date. If you don't know where we're going, then we don't need to go anywhere. Okay? Like, you need to go and figure out who I am to you. If I'm supposed to just be your friend, then that is okay. I do not have a scarcity mindset. I think that there is enough. That is okay. If we're supposed to just be friends, it's okay. You know, let's just be friends. But I refuse to be a man's placeholder while he's still trying to figure himself out, and he's still trying to figure out what he wants and if I'm his wife or no. We could be friends until you figure that out. When you figure out, yes, I want to be with you, okay, then we can move further. Yes, I want to marry you one day, okay, then we can move further. But if until then, I'm guarding my heart. I'm guarding my heart. I refuse to be drawn into deeper intimacy with a man just to end up as a placeholder and not to have a ring at the end of the day. Again, marriage is my end goal, okay? So the next reason why I don't date is because that's someone else's husband. And I do believe that that just is a bad witness to probably my own husband. So again, it's kind of correlating with a lot of other points that I've made, but I don't believe that I'm supposed to marry every man on earth. I just don't believe it. You know, like, I'm supposed to only have one husband at one time, not 20 men at one time. So even if I wasn't committed, because I really believe the ultimate commitment is marriage, but even if I wasn't in a relationship and I was just dating this guy, God is not the author of confusion. Okay, it's who is the husband. Okay, and if only one of them is going to be my husband, that means all these other men that I may be entertaining may be someone else's husband. And that's just how I think about things. I'm like, no, this is for another woman. This man is for another woman. And it really takes a level of maturity to kind of know, like, I don't care how handsome this guy is. Oh, he's a believer and he stacks chairs at church. That's wonderful. But he's good, but he may not be for me. He may be for someone else. And the reason I say it's a bad witness is because, let's say my real husband may be his brother or someone in his friend group. I may be destroying my witness by, just going from him to him to him to, it just looks messy. It really just looks messy. I'd rather just keep my witness to my actual husband and to my faith. I think other people are watching me and the way that I move as well. So there is also like a level of responsibility. And yeah, this whole thing of I'm with that person, then I'm with that person, it's confusion. I'm saying it's confusion. So the next thing is I'm only seeing half of the story. Okay, so a lot of people look great on paper, but seeing what's on paper is only half of the story. I serve a God who's the Alpha, the Omega, and everything in between. So he knows my tomorrow today. He put a period to my life before I was even formed. With all that being said, I don't see, like, I'm so limited in my own human understanding. I refuse to lean on my own understanding. Like, in my own understanding, I'm just so limited. Like, I'm so limited. It's only God who knows who my husband is, knows him intimately. The way that he knows me intimately, he knows my husband intimately. So I can meet a guy and they could be great on paper, but again, I still have to go back to the Lord and be like, what do you think? Because again, if it's up to me, I will make a lot of mistakes. I don't want to say I'm dumb, but in this area, like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not sure. So someone may look good on paper, but God may see certain things within his heart that's like, no, he's going to hurt my daughter. Nope, nope, stay away. Nope. There's so much more that goes into marriage. If you can't talk about anything outside of Jesus, I think to me that's a red flag. And I know some Christians, it's like, it's just Jesus, but you don't have a favorite color, you don't have a favorite hobby. Like, what's your favorite color? Jesus. Like, it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? You don't have a favorite hobby, you don't have things that you enjoy doing. Nothing, because marriage is not just going to be Jesus, Jesus, Jesus all day. Like, do you like to travel? Just normal things. Do you like to cook? Do you like to go to restaurants? What do you like to do? Right? So just because I may be smitten because of one particular thing that this man is doing, I don't want to be confused in my mind. Okay, so that, I'm just gonna leave that one there. Take with it as you will. And the last reason why I don't date is because it masks soul wounds. I know for me, when I would date, especially when I wasn't healed from, like, parental wounds and soul wounds, I felt like almost like I was trying to make my boyfriends like a dad to me, because I wanted that affirmation from a man. I loved being affirmed by a man because I wasn't given that identifier. I wasn't given those identifiers. If you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you do check my video about parental wounds and how it's hindering your femininity. So for me, really, that's what it was. It's like I was in these relationships because of rejection. I was in these relationships because of lust. I was in these relationships I wouldn't say because of loneliness, because I always just found myself in relationships and talking to men. I mean, maybe it could be, I don't know. I always say that if you don't like being alone, you probably don't like who you're alone with. I think it's because I didn't enjoy my own presence enough. I was bored. You know what I'm saying? There's so many other things that would cloud my judgment in the area of dating. So when I would just kind of date recreationally, again, it was almost like a mask to soul wounds. Like, I wasn't actually getting healed. I was just trying to fill a certain void without actually taking time for myself to heal, okay, my own self, not trying to make someone. It's all another thing too is like I felt like I wanted relationships to rescue me in a way that I'm like, oh my gosh, now I have value, now I have worth because I have a man, and ooh, ooh, and you know what I'm saying? And it's like I didn't have that outside of them, which is toxic. It's toxic. So yeah, and I just wasting guys' time because, oh wow, I get to be affirmed, but it's like, so what? Like, so what? So yeah, I just definitely had to take some time to heal on my own. And I'm really glad that I did. I'm really glad that I did. I don't regret being single. I don't think singleness is a curse. I do think that everybody, men and women, should have a season of intentional singleness and to address all these things that I just mentioned, and just not jump from relationship to relationship so casually. But that's my opinion, simply because, again, I do value and I reverence marriage, and I also do value and reverence my relationship with the Lord. So those are all the reasons why I don't date, okay? If you are a woman and you want to have tools to be positioned for marriage, to build a legacy, all that stuff, make sure you do schedule a femininity call with me. And if you want to be redeemed from certain things like your past and relationships and your sexuality, definitely do come to our conference, Single on Purpose. We are having a conference July 30th to August 1st, 2021. So definitely do make sure that you get your conference ticket. It's a hybrid conference. We love for you to be here in Atlanta with us. But if not, you can definitely get an online ticket. So let me know what your thoughts are about this video in the comment section, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.